All right, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back. We had some technical difficulties for the last, as we could say, what, couple,
Recording.
20 minutes? Yeah.
Oh yeah, last 10, 15 minutes, yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of the Breakdown with your girls, Joy and Tosh and Joy, L and J, just all the abbreviations. Why don't you? Um, man, we're recording today on a Monday. We usually record on a Sunday. Um, but we had an interesting recording last night. As I try to be transparent, um, it was interesting.
It was useful
It was interesting.
for some.
Yeah, I thought it was a little hilarious.
Absolutely, she did.
Couldn't stop laughing. And all love, all love. I love you. You know who I'm talking about. No hard feelings. We love you. 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 And it was just, she needed that time. She needed it. She really did. And that's actually what we talked about afterwards. She needed that time and event. Just wrong place though. Just the wrong place. We didn't talk about that part, but we're gonna talk about that next time. Um, but how's your week been?
Um, like I said before, it was pretty good. I just had a good Friday, so that kind of pumped me up. So now just beginning of the week, a new week, new hopes, new week, new goals. Really, honestly.
And I feel that 100%. New week, new hope, new goals. That's a real tag right there. That is real. Yeah.
What about you?
Me, at the new job, and crazy thing. Have we talked about that, or did we talk about it?
We can go back to it.
We can go
We can
back
go
to
back
it.
to it. We can go back to it.
Okay. Well, I have a new job, guys. I'm not gonna tell you where I work. Just know where I work is better than where I used to work. And so I honestly am so grateful to have that job because I feel like every job that God gives you, and it's really true. You do things for God, not for man. And when you start to put that into play, your whole attitude about life and how you do things and how you respond to things are going to be completely different because
Mhm.
you no longer feel the need to what's the word that I'm looking for, which is why I don't know this word, but please man, because you're going to where you need to go to please God. And so new job and crazy thing, they are, in my opinion, like one of the greatest coaches in the world when it comes to being that motivation, allowing their employees to really act in their excellence by choice, teaching them how to go out and
Mm.
be the fishers instead of just reeling in and taking the fish from the fishermen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, um,
Mm.
and I find it so unique that I just so happen to be in a moment in my life where I want to be looked at as that coach. I want to be looked at as that teacher as I am learning. Like we told you all, as we learn in life, what we learn in life and what we put into practice is what we're going to bring back here. Um, so a lot of the stuff just with my life in general. And so one of the main things that I appreciated about them was that every step of the way there is constructive criticism. There is no their terminology is even different. Like the word trouble
Mm.
or just any type of negative reinforcement. Stuff that just doesn't coincide with what would consider as positive reinforcement, basically the basics. And they take that and they even try to reframe how you should be taught. It's okay. You didn't they like so they tell you what your strengths are and versus your weaknesses. They don't do strength and weakness. They do strengths and focus areas. So I find these are your strengths. Now your focus area is here. So all of that constructive criticism, reason for growth, reason for, man, these people are really trying to coach me. They don't find a need to, yell at me or have this negative connotation with me or be angry with me because
It's
I
just
don't
that
hit the mark.
energy, when you just learning.
Yeah. Like, and they don't deter me from not wanting to learn. And that's the major thing. So, and I mean, I had a long, sought it out testimony about how happy I was. And yes, that has digressed, but it's really true. These people are really real and just really amazing. And when I'm done working for them, I'll tell you to go work for them. But that's really it with that new job, man. It's beautiful. It's only 7 minutes away from the house. I'll get to work from home soon, so that means a lot of more content, and it's just a beautiful thing, and it's a blessed thing because, like the point I was trying to get to, if you're in a certain job, in a particular job, ask God, what is your assignment there? What is your lesson that needs to be learned there? And really take heed to everything that you give, every service that you perform, give 120%, because promotion comes from God, not man.
Mm.
That's if I don't know it well, I know it to know, and I know it to be true. Promotion comes from God. There's no price tag. There's no anything. It depends on your level of faith, you're willing to do, and you're willing to act. Because whatever you're praying for God for, He's putting you in a position of work to show you how to use those tools once it's no longer meant to be put in that position. Because everything you learn from your job, your work ethic, your performance, you can do that outside of that job. You can take that exact same energy, that exact same charisma, all of that. You could take all of that outside that job. And it made me even think about it today. Like, you know, I really go in here trying to show these people how great of a worker I am. Like, I really do that. I really go in and really try to show these people I can excel at anything to do, which I have. They grade us on everything. I've gotten straight A's on everything because I want to
Oh
show them,
wow.
yeah, straight A's on everything, because I want to show you that my retention is great, my ability to listen with intent is great, and my ability to empathize is great. And not only that, but everything that you throw at me, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it 10 times better than anybody there. Okay,
Mm.
Daniel 120. No, Daniel 120. Okay, look that
Wow.
scripture up, Daniel 120. Okay, so it's like whatever happens, I want to be able to supersede it because I'm not doing it for y'all. I mean, I'm doing it for y'all because I'm working, but I'm doing it because I see a higher vision and I see the teaching and the lesson with it. And I'm about to be done. I'm gonna let you talk, Tosh, and just see how you feel on the
That's
topic.
okay.
But I was watching ET this morning, and I ain't watched ET in a minute. The Secret to Success podcast. Shout out with ET, Carl, CJ, and Jamal King, the 9 to 5 millionaire, all from the Shy. ET is actually from Chicago, but then he ended up moving to Detroit. So shout out. Um, but one thing that he said to his daughter, and another thing that Inky Johnson always talks about all the time, is that fall in love and worship the process. Don't worship the reward. And I text you that today. Yeah, I text you that because that's what I'm learning to do, because it's the lesson in it. What are you learning in that trial period? What are you learning in that storm? Stop trying to rush out the storm so fast, because you're going to miss out on the very thing that you prayed for. See, and I'm sure I talked about this in episode 1, that the very times that you're going through that stuff, it's needed. It's needed. It's needed. It's needed. It's needed. And as much as we don't like pain, it pushes us through growth. But that's my little spiel about my job. How they helping me out, making me a better person and a better teacher too. So, um, oh no, but
It's
yeah.
okay, I saw it. But the thing I was excited about and really struck me what you said as you were speaking was when you was describing how, like, when I leave this job or when it's time for me to transition from this job, what your next move is gonna be.
Mm-hmm,
That's the part that I truly appreciated, because even now, like even before you went in, how you said you going in with a purpose, with an assignment, what the what's the goal on this job? Not the job is the goal. What is the goal through the job?
mm-hmm,
that right there was just so amazing to me, because a lot of times we don't even think about what's the next goal beyond the job. We think, okay, once we get this job, okay, cool, and we don't go in with the end date in mind. My
Yeah.
friend used to always tell me that you need to have an end date in mind for every job that you go into. What date are you getting out of this job? I
Yes.
didn't hold on to that. So I'm like, man, because if you already broke, if you already feel like, man, I've been struggling for money for quite a bit, like, okay, I hear what she's saying, but no, Joy is already doing that, even in the midst of everything going on, already going in with the end date in mind. What is your end date?
Yes. And it's
And
crazy. Oh, go ahead.
And not only that too, like she said, what is your assignment? What are you there to do, to learn, so that you can teach other people? You are not there at a job just to benefit from it for yourself, but to use the lessons, to use the trials, to use the even if the triumphs too. It ain't just trials; it's also the triumphs that you anticipate as well to
Hmm.
share and to give to other people, so that those trials they know how to navigate with ease.
Yes.
So what's your end date? And what, like Joy said, what is your assignment? What are you to do there that you can learn for yourself, but that you can also share and teach to others to eliminate their trial process, or at least if not eliminate it, help them navigate it.
Hmm. And that's really it. Like, and I never even thought of that. And I used to wonder why I never could get attached to any job. Like, I never felt like I needed it. And because my mental space for me was one, I'm just using this job to get the tool, which is money, to get the things that I like. So I'm not going to put too much
Mm.
effort and too much work into this. This is why in real life I never really elevated in a company, because I never took it too serious enough to get stuck there. And if I felt stuck, I'm just like, okay, there is something else that I'm giving too much attention and effort to this job here, and I'm putting the energy into this when I can be go putting the energy in something I really want. Now, mind you, I was not thinking like that then. I wasn't thinking like that then. I just used to always try to figure out, man, I can't really say that I need this job, or it's that important to me that I can't let it go. Like, I knew I was a workaholic because there were material things that I was trying to, have. But now, as I think about it, and as I just spoke that, and as you referred it back to me, that reflection, I was able to see it. I see every job as a stepping
Mm.
stone and as a tool of growth. I see every job as a lesson plan for me, because in life, we are going to always do one to two things: serve people. And really, that's one thing: serve people. So every job that I've had, whether it's customer service, hospitality, customer service, collections, whatever it is, it's the serving of people. And in a car business, you're serving people. In an apartment complex, being a realtor, being the real estate agent, being the real estate investor, that's a serving of people. Everything we do is a service to people. It's a service to man. And even when I'm reading Think Like a Winner, and it's crazy, that was one of the chapters I'm finishing up now. Service. That's all it is. Pure service. What are you willing to give? What are you willing to give, not take? And it's crazy. Me and my girlfriend were just talking about how much I give. And I always say, when you're giving, you're never missing out on anything. Like, you're not missing out on anything. So what are you giving of yourself? Because the exact thing that you're looking to give is going to be the need that you were given, and vice versa. And I don't know if I got that all the way. I'm gonna tweak it a little bit, but I'll fix it in, because I tried. I tried. You saw that. I tried, but it ain't gonna really go through. But no, but really, um, just service. Everything I have is service, teaching me how um to not meet, when guests or customers or clients are angry, learning how to navigate through their anger, you know, learning to, okay, yeah, you're right. Because I guarantee you, when you agree with someone, you've just made room for them to start agreeing with you.
Mm.
It's all about winning the side first so that they understand how you think and how you operate. You never fight fire with fire. You don't go tit for tat. No, I understand. I comprehend where you're coming from because your feelings are just as valid as the information I'm about to give you. So it's not really always the case of how each person feels. Everyone is valid in each of their feelings. It's the understanding that we have to comprehend with each other. So that's one reason why I'm in what I'm doing, because I'm trying to have that much influence that you have that idea. And yes, why your idea is important, but let me show you another way to navigate through it. Let me show you how to hyphen that idea. Let me show you how to take it to the next level. Yes, you're right. Yes, I'm right as well. So let's be right together. Let's go head to head. But now let's be real. There are instances where wrong is just wrong. We're not going to just say that your idea is right. We're going to agree that you have the validity and you have your first constitutional right to have that freedom of speech and say what you want. But let's be real. Once I'm able to pull you to that side, you're going to be like, man, I never thought about it that way. Now you had that idea that you had, reversed it with the idea that I now have, and now you now have, and now we grow. That's really it. I don't even know how we got on
I
there.
was thinking, I was thinking about earlier what you were just talking about in terms of
Mm.
pulling a person to your side. When you're not properly taught that idea, or if you don't already have within you, and you're looking to learn from a group of people who say that service, like, this is, we are to be, giving and serviceable and whatnot, but you have a bottom line
Yeah.
over what that means to be, to give this, that, and the third, especially when you are dealing with customers or people, guests, whatever the case may be, who are, a step above our rate. If you are not knowledgeable in that area,
Yeah.
you will tend to lean toward
Yeah. You'll match
the
that
fire
energy.
for fire.
Yeah. You match it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's the people who are behind the desk that's gonna win. But that depends. That not all the time. But I'm just saying, depending on what the hue of the person behind the desk, they gonna win.
But see, the thing that a lot of the times, and this is something that this current job has um has made me understand. And one thing they love to say, and I believe is 100% true, don't allow the customer to have to work where you are to understand your policies.
Mm.
Educate me. What I don't understand, don't match my energy. Educate me. Because now, if you can't educate me, we both looking like two fools arguing.
Absolutely.
You trying to, put some down my throat. I'm trying to put some down your throat, and we both just scrapping like this. For who's going to step up? Who's going to make sense of what's wrong? Who's
Mm.
going to be the solutionist for this problem? So either we go tit for tat and make it nowhere, or let me take the lead in the initiative to say, you know what? You didn't understand this policy. Let me show you how it works. Or you know what? I understand what you're saying, but here was the mix up. And unfortunately, or however else you got to go into it, using those communicative skills, being able to find other words, how to frame it, other tones, how to say it. So all of that together alone, now you got effective communication. Now you got it. Now you're that educator, learning how to talk to people. And that's the beauty, because God knew I didn't know how to talk to people. Okay, you don't know how to talk to people? All right, let me put you in a job where you get paid to learn how to talk to people, to learn how to deal with situations, to learn to be a solutionist on the point, on the jump. Every time there's a problem, you already know what's due to next. I gotta throw you in the fire because that's what you said you wanted. You wanted to be a communicator. You want to be an effective communicator. Okay, I have to put you in situations. You didn't like working front desk. You didn't like dealing with these people, but guess what? You prayed for it. Didn't you tell me you want to influence? Didn't you tell me you wanted the ability to help change people's minds? Okay, let me put you in hospitality. Let me have you work at the front desk. Let me see how you can get people to upgrade to these rooms. Persuasion, and not in a wrong way. That's another reason why I stopped. And honestly, in God honest truth, well, we did when we did do these upsells, I had to have integrity. I'm not selling you anything at a high price that does not even look like worth to me. So I know your taste already because of the fact that you've already agreed to spend $400 a night without an upgrade. And you're spending, and so when you come in, your total is rounding up to 3,000 or 4,000 when you check in. Oh, I know that you enjoy quality. So why would I sell you something that's not real and that doesn't have the quality that you asked for? And watching everybody getting these amazing prices for these upsells. Oh yeah, 2 bathrooms here. That's extra $50. No, I've been in those extra 25, please. Extra 15, please. Because I want you to understand I do everything with integrity and I do everything in honesty. That's at least that's what I've been pleading to myself and telling myself. So what do I
See,
look
the
like?
thing is this though, is that just like you were saying earlier, it's the flowery words, it's the
Yes.
phrasing of boy.
Oh, it can go two ways now. It can go two ways. You can use your gift for the good or for the bad. It's real simple. It can go two ways. But see, the thing is, and I was reading this. Lord forgive me. Either it was Proverbs. It had to be Proverbs because I'm in week 10 of Proverbs, and he said that be not deceived. It was one, not just be not deceived. God is not mocked. It was uh every good, not every good and perfect gift. It was just saying. It said that with God, with the gifts that God gives, there doesn't come any sorrow, no sorrow to it. You know that scripture. What God gives you,
I think
there's
I know you're talking about because I've heard somebody
mhm.
talking before.
Yeah, it's either in Proverbs chapter 10 or it's in Romans. No. Proverbs chapter 10 or James chapter 2, but I think it's Proverbs chapter 10. And he said that the gifts of God add no sorrow to it. Um, and I was just like, wow, like there's no sorrow. I don't even know how I got on there, but uh, I think I missed my topic, man. What were we talking about again? Because I just missed it. Because I was too busy trying to remember the scripture.
We were talking about integrity, those flowery words, and how like you
Oh,
were discussing, in the upselling that there's no. Go ahead.
yeah. So yeah. So when people are doing things for the evil, you gonna always get repaid. That's like doing stuff on credit. You always gotta repay it back. You always gotta repay it back anytime you do anything evil. But when you walk in that integrity, there is no sorrow to it. Every blessing from God, there is no sorrow to it. You don't have to worry about looking over your shoulder every time something happens or every time you get blessed. You got to figure out if somebody come to get you. No, God don't operate like that. You don't operate like that. And I'm sorry if I was going in and then out. I forgot that I can't do that with the mic. But it's real, and like y'all just don't know. It's such a blessing to be blessed, man. I'm telling you, and to just operate in it and just be in faith. So, we actually did have a topic, didn't we? Have a topic tonight, Tosh?
I think so. I know we didn't. I know we didn't get started on it. I mean, at this time. But what is it, Jo? What is it?
Today's topic. I gotta go to my notes here. Actually, that is not my notepad. My today's topic, which I was just, oh man, I was looking out the window when I thought about this. Um, it says, "When God continues to bless you, what do you have to show for it?"
Mm.
When God continues to bless you, what do you have to show for it? Should I tell them how this topic came along?
Go ahead.
So everybody knows I'm human, right? For the most part. Otherwise, I am a superhero on weekends. No. Um. So God had really blessed me through this whole pandemic situation. I was able to get unemployment through Chicago, through Illinois, while being in Georgia, and being able to come into a substantial amount of money. And yes, I end up getting my furniture, which is what I had already prayed over because I told God, I said, "Hey, my house is bare. I need some furniture." And of course, He answered that prayer as He always does. And just being in faith in general, and we'll talk about that. But I was just thinking to myself, I'm like, man, I done came into a lot of money, but I'm still in debt. Let's talk about it. Everybody be coming into all this money, and what first thing we do? Go buy some. Especially black folks can't hold on to money for the first 6 hours that they get it.
Mm.
Statistically, if I'm saying that right, statistically,
Yeah, you fine.
yeah, I'm saying it right. It's enough. Y'all get what I'm saying. So I started to think about that. I'm like, Joy, you came into over a good amount of money, and you don't have jack squat to show for it. Nothing. Nothing. So you can't hold on to water clearly, because that's what the money is to you, water, because it's just slipping right through your fingers. And I started to think, and that amount of money, you could have put not even it wouldn't even been half. It'd have probably been just a little 10%. Just a little 10% would have of what you had would have just paid off all that credit card debt.
Mm.
And you passed that opportunity up. So you telling me that I can't trust you with a little.
I'm going to put it like this: if I come into as much money, if I come into enough money to where 10% of that money is gonna pay off my student loans,
Yeah.
huh,
Yeah.
huh.
Yeah. And I started to think about it. I'm just like, bruh, come on now. Yes, you got some nice stuff for your apartment. That's cool. We needed that. Yes, we did. But really, like, what other smart things could you have done? So that was the point of that topic of when God blesses you, what do you have to show for it? What do you have to show for it? And we don't understand that when we are in debt, we are held as prisoners to our debtors. To our debtors, we are held as prisoners until we pay back that loan, until we pay back that money. If you're not going to do anything to make it fold or flip over or add more value, don't do it. Take it from me. Don't do it. Trust me. I'm working out of that position. I have a family member who is showing me the right steps to go. I'm listening to my brother who's a great financial advisor, and we're really, and this is what faith is, working. Faith without works is dead. I can't believe I'm not debt free, or I can't believe that I'm debt free if I'm not working towards to becoming debt free. Don't just sit there and hope. Educate yourself, improve yourself, put yourself around people who are willing to work out those steps. As we were talking about yesterday, Tasha even said, find those expertise in the field of your betterment. And as I said, in order to have something you never had, you have to do the things you've never done. You can't just keep on doing the same steps over and over again, expecting for a different result. No, let's switch up the flow. Why is it that I'm still in debt? Why is it that I don't have self discipline? Why is it that when I say I'm gonna put money up, I end up not doing what I'm supposed to do? Because one, I'm not thinking about it. I'm thinking about getting the next shoes, getting the next J's, getting all this stuff. Two, I'm thinking about keeping up with people. Then what do I end up doing? Building another hole for myself, digging a hole. And the deeper you dig, trust me, you gotta get out the hole if you're trying to get out. So don't dig it no deeper, because then you might close in on yourself. Don't do it. Like, don't do it. So, but yeah, Tosh, I know you feel strongly about this, about budget.
No, so
This,
you guys haven't listened to that episode yet. If you listen to this and you haven't listened to that episode should be up before this one comes
yeah,
out.
yeah,
We'll just put it like that. But Before I continue on to that, I did want to let you all know the scripture Joy was talking about is in Proverbs 10 verse 22. I'm reading
Mm-hmm.
from the King James version. The blessing of the Lord it maketh rich, and He addeth no sorrow with it.
That's right.
So
Added
there you go,
no
guys.
sorrow to it. Added no that yeah, added no sorrow. None. You ain't gotta repay God ever. Even when we don't deserve it, you ain't gotta repay him. That's the beauty of it. He's so faithful. So faithful for and merciful. So true. Um but yeah, Tasha actually sent me some videos about budgets and I've been really taking it serious. Because I want to be rich. And I am going to be
And the
rich.
people I sent her are people who I feel like have her same mindset. And I feel like if you all don't share her mindset, but I feel like it's still a strong mindset to have about,
Yeah.
being secure within yourself. You know what I mean? Being secure into what you know about yourself and how the money can tell the story you want to tell about your life.
Man.
I think I said this on that previous broadcast about, what story do you want your money to tell about you? Are you a traveler? Are you a foodie? Are you like Joy said the previous episode or however many episodes ago, like about her being a shoe junkie and a shoe hoarder.
Jay's in the building. You don't
It's
call him.
cute to be a shoe hoarder if you got your money in order, but it's not cute when so not appropriate.
Ma'am, they can't see me. They can't see me. This is audio.
Yet,
This is audio.
yet,
It's audio.
yet. No, but being a shoehead, but you can't afford your bills to run the way you want your bills to run. Like that's just off.
You
I
know,
mean,
it's
a lack
backwards.
of
It's backwards
mindset.
thinking, as my mother would say. You backwards.
Absolutely, a backwards mind, a backwards money practice and money hygiene. Make sure you get your hygiene or your routine together so that those things, the story you want your money to be able to express about you, the way you want to live your life through the tool that is money, you can do so without, like I said before, the background noise.
Yeah.
Who wants to live their life with background noise?
Not
Especially
me.
when you trying to look to the word as your compass in
Okay.
not only just your spiritual life, but in some of the practical phases of life as well. Debt. I mean, of course, there's two different types of debt, but I mean, even as we said before about using debt as leverage, eventually you want to get to the place where you stable enough to where you don't have to use debt, meaning
Any
other people
borrowed
using
money.
money as leverage. You can have your own money as your own leverage, so you can stand 2 toes down without that. And then eventually, who knows, you can be your own bank. Like Jamal King said, one of those secret to success episodes. The fact that you built up this so much wealth to where like y'all can literally have a bank within your own family, and you don't even need to look to Chase, to Bank of America, to Wells Fargo, to X, Y, and Z Bank. But without the small things, without you cleaning up your debt and whatnot, how can you then truly be? It's like how the word says that not to only focus on your physical body but your spiritual body, because that is your
Yes.
temple, but you also got to focus on your money body.
Yes.
So we're not saying don't focus on the physical body. We're not saying don't focus on that. Absolutely, you gotta do that. But in order for you to fully express that, your money body gotta be in alignment. Your physical body gotta be in alignment. Your mental body has to be in alignment. So all these things, in terms, you have to be in holistic rehab, holistic redevelopment, so that you can truly live the life upon which the Most High has given us. So, like Joy, the question she said earlier, can you repeat the question again?
The topic question.
Yes.
Oh, okay. The topic question is, everyone, when God continues to bless you, what do you have to show for it?
And how in the world you gonna repay him if you can't even use a little bit that he's giving you to bless you, especially if it was something beyond your wildest dream, to show him that you made a holistic change that would draw you not only closer to him, but like Joe was saying even earlier with the service, you being a service to others. You can't repay
Mm-hmm.
him if you ain't got your holistic
Go.
body together.
Mhm.
Absolutely not. And it's not for him upon which we repay. It is for the benefit of others and ourselves. Let's call
That's
it what
right.
it is.
Yeah. We all meant to be a service to each other. We all in one body with different functions. So we need each other regardless. We're gonna always be a service to each other regardless, because the hand needs the arm, and the arm needs the shoulder, and the head needs the neck. So we all need each other. So it's just like, the fact of the matter is, you being in your excellence helps me be in my excellence, because you're making me see and making me understand that I can do who and just how I am as a person, and I can be that person, and I can exceed in it because you're exceeding in your excellence. Not
Mm.
saying you got to copy or be copycats to anybody, you know. Really be out there and be for yourself and be a service, because that's what we're all here for. Everything we do is a service to man. It is a service to man. This microphone is a service. This laptop is a service. Zoom is a service. Books are a service. Everything is a service, and producers keep those services going. And then we just have our regular consumers, but we're not gonna get into that. We're gonna keep it to where it is.
But think about it too. I mean,
Go ahead.
without a consumer, like, to whom is the producer producing for? If that makes any sense, you know. So I mean, like, but the thing is that I'm not
Go ahead.
humping on, oh, you should remain as such a consumer. But what I am saying is that, upon whom are we producing for? Now, if you've been a consumer but you want to produce this lifestyle, then that's when the change needs to be made.
I think the point I was pointing to was that, not to just live your life as a consumer,
Absolutely.
because what are you going to get in return if you keep on having your hand out? Soon enough, people go look at you like, did you work for anything today? Did you do today? Work is just really working for someone else. That's what work is. Working.
And I just thought about something too. Like,
Yeah.
literally, as I said what I said before, I just literally thought about something. How are you going to repay God back as a consumer? There's no way you will be able to repay God back as a consumer. You have to produce. There's no way
No,
you'll be able to repay back God as a consumer. It's just how? There's no way.
you
And
can't.
especially if you call yourself one of the body, one who exercises the faith that we're supposed to exercise, what some people may call delusional. Not a disrespectful word or the most, but I mean, in terms of, like, we really, really, really committed to what it means to be a person of faith and walking in that, which
Yeah.
require being out of this world, which we're called to do. How can you not be a producer to repay God what it is? Even the word says that, we pay back Caesar's with Caesar's. How can we not pay back with God's gods?
And I think another thing with that is that a lot of people kind of get into this. I don't know. Have you ever always, how we have intercessory prayer? Have you heard of that?
Yeah,
Like, somebody prays on the behalf of someone else. I feel like that's how people feel when they are connected to someone strong in faith. For the most people feel, and this is why they're always on the consumer side. They feel as though, well, they can intercede on my behalf. You see where I'm going at? You know,
yeah, I see
I
what's
don't
going on.
have to get that close, or I don't have to have my faith as strong, because they gonna intercede for me, because as long as I'm connected to them, and that's not a bad thing, because if you're blessed to be a blessing. But see, the thing with that is, as the blessing to be the blessing, understand that there are some people who are just really trying to be in between and get those little benefits being connected, and not really trying to go out there and do for themselves or get that connection as they should, not knowing that. And that's why I keep saying, I don't understand how you want to get secondhand watered down anything from God, when you can have him all by yourself, for yourself, because his spirit is within us. But you want to get something through someone else when you can just go get it yourself and get the full reward, and not just the backhandage that I didn't want. And not saying that anything that from God that I don't want, not saying that, but I'm just saying, why not go get it first for you?
You know why? I can tell you
Why?
why. I can tell
Okay.
you why.
Okay.
Because in their mind, because I can even speak for let me speak for myself. How about that?
Okay.
Because think about it, right? So you see this person doing it right. It's the way in which it's advertised, right? Because you've walked this life. I've walked this life. Okay, it ain't popping off the way that I want it to pop off. Not the
Okay.
way in which I see you doing it. So clearly, if I, quote unquote, make this attempt to try it and it's not popping off the way I want it to pop off, but yeah, I see you doing it. It's like, okay, then I tried, or maybe some people didn't try. Maybe some people didn't try. Maybe it was just the advertisement of such. And just the advertisement of you doing it didn't click in their head that same energy, that same fire, that same, you know, connection was to them. So if you like me, maybe you tried and it didn't click the way that you wanted to click, it's like, okay, then why not just go to her? Because clearly, what I mean, the Most High has gifted her with that as it is. So why would I do it myself and I'm not feeling it the same way she's feeling it or the way in which it's coming out of her? So why would I why, if it's not happening for me the way in which I see it's happening for you, why not just
Let me
go to
go ride
you?
a coattail.
Why
Yes,
not just
ma'am.
go to you and get it? You know what I mean? You saying this and like, I guess I tried it. And some people don't even try it. It's like, okay, whatever. I just want it for you. So you got one, two, you got people who say they tried it and it
Mm-hmm.
didn't pop off the way they wanted to. And you got the second person, the one B, you got one A and one B is person
Yeah.
like, I ain't trying it. It looks better coming from you. I trust you, because both people trust you.
Yeah.
I trust you. One B trust you, so it's not like, so you've already been vetted, you already been, worn down the line in terms of like your legitimacy of the connection with the Most High. So
Mhm.
let's get it from her. Not realizing
So
that,
letting me put in, as from what I see, let that person put in all the work so that I can reap some of the benefits. Which, in a sense,
and they don't think of it like that though. They don't
yeah,
think of it
no,
like
a
that's the
consumer
thing.
never thinks of themselves as a consumer. It's having to point out that they are a consumer to make
And
them
they don't
reflect
think
on their
they
consumption.
taking it from you. They think that because you of God, that that is
This
your
is meant
not
for
even
me
your
to take.
responsibility,
Mhm.
but that like that they can bring it from you because of the goodwill of what it means to be connected to God and the generosity that God gives to all His children. So that means His children must also be that generous as God.
Yeah,
Who wouldn't?
that's real.
That's not fair. I'm not saying that at
Oh,
all,
it's never gonna be fair. It's never gonna be fair, and
but
I
it's
think
true.
fairness, right? It's true, and nothing in fairness is fair ever. Or I don't even know if I said it as I should have, but the point of it is that nothing. You get what you put in. That's fair. You get what you put in, and going back to the topic, when God blesses you, what do you have to show for it? In everything, even though God said He doesn't tempt man, He doesn't tempt us. It's our desires. It's our desires that tempt us. So it's like when God puts it in your heart to do something, or there's a situation that just shows up because it's testing your faith, and obstacles are going to do that because that's life, and it tests your heart because your faith is also where your heart is and what you truly believe. You have a choice to succeed or fail. But see, the thing is, with God, who's so merciful, we can go through that test a million times, and when we finally get it, He says, "Okay, you're ready for the next one." And again, but He doesn't tempt us. But it's just the cycle of life in general. We are meant to go through things to see how we can grow. You ask for growth. Okay, let me show you the steps of growth. And I'm sure that's the whole point of it, is just when God blesses you, have something to show for it. Just have something to show for it. Because people are watching even when they say they're not. And people are watching even when they say they are. So it goes either way. So it's just like people watch. And people watch other people because people want to have what other people have. They want to do what other people are doing. We are always, for some reason, in a competition with each other. And in reality, we are only in the competition with ourselves. Because the people who have everything they want in life, guess what they were doing? Just doing them, following their own rules, taking the rules that they have seen from other people and following those. So when God blesses you again, have something to show for it. Because for me personally, being in this position of forming leadership, of forming influence, I can't do or tell y'all to do something that I can't do or that I haven't done or that I'm not applying for myself. That's a contradiction to what I'm trying to teach and what I'm trying to implement. So if I say I don't want to use foul language anymore, I have to stand on that and not use foul language. If I say I'm getting out of debt, I have to stand on it and work those tools to get out of debt. I want to be what I say I'm going to be because I'm putting in the actions for it. And not only that, but I know it here. I'm thinking about it here. I'm thinking about it daily. Debt free, debt free, debt free, debt free, debt free. And not to be a worrisome, but to have that understanding if any negative thought comes, no, I'm working towards progression. I'm working towards betterment. And that's really all it is. Like, and I'll keep saying it, like, really, when God blesses you, just have something to show for it. Because you're showing evident for him that he is the God. He's trying to get into other people's hearts. He's trying to get into other people's minds because we all need him. So when you're obedient, you're showing a gift from him to us and going back and forth a correlation with God because you're showing that he operates because of your obedience, and your obedience is your faith. So just do it. Because when you bless someone else by operating your gift and your works, you get blessed on top of blessings. You already blessed to be a blessing. Okay, so let's show them how God do this.
And not only that, too, like, you don't want his, like, he wants to make sure his blessing isn't wasted on us.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's just kind of what it is, just, I mean, obviously he's generous beyond belief, but, let's show him that his blessings, that our prayers, that our heart's desire, which he desires to give us, and which
Yeah.
he has, delivered on, was not wasted.
It never can be wasted, though. I mean, unfortunately, some of us do go to the grave with those talents. Now, we're all not going to hit every potential, but knock them out as you can. Just knock them out. Knock them out. Give your, I wouldn't even say give God something to do because from what I hear, God rested on the seventh day. So everything that we ever want is already within the earth. So it's just like when he tells you, which is crazy, he supplies every need. He supplies every need, which gets me to, I was reading the book about, it was, like, it's about psychological needs. And your psychological needs are like food, air, rest, sex, shelter, other bodily functions, like to help you protect you from those elements. And when those first needs are met, then people move on to the next need. I'm sure people have heard of this before. And some of the second needs is safety. Safety is a need. If that need is not met, you're going to search for safety. And one thing the book always says, it says that the psychological drives are the most basic of all human motivations. This is not to say that the other drives cease to exist. They merely fade away into the background temporarily until lower level motivations have been satisfied. And there is more, it goes more in depth, but it
What's the
may,
book?
yeah, Think Like a Winner.
Oh, okay, okay. I haven't got to that chapter
Oh,
yet.
you haven't got, that's the end of the chapter. That's the last one. That's the last chapter. But no, like, just to pull it out really quick, and I'm not going to get too much into it, but it went into, then we have our social needs, then we have our self actualization needs, and then we have our self important needs. And even though those are all the same, but it's saying that one thing I've learned is that when God said he supplies all those needs, he supplies them all, because we looking for social acceptance from people, we looking for validation from people to boost our ego, We looking for food, shelter, things to help protect us, and see we doing it in our own strength. And the thing is, I always say I don't try to get too religious or too spiritual, however the case may be, on the podcast, but I want you guys to really understand all these self-help books have done those things. I listened to Dave Ramsey. Is that correct? I
Yeah.
listened to Dave Ramsey for the first time, and I probably listened to him for a good 5 minutes. I already knew he was on the topics, and he already was in the same mindset that I was in. And the first thing Dave Ramsey said, he said, it's crazy how people write all this stuff about me, and I've been doing this stuff before they were even born. When it comes to financial services and what to do and how to make money, he said, all you need to do is listen to me and listen to the word. That's what he said. He said, everything that you ever want is in these books and in the word. Follow the word and just listen. And it's crazy because my pastor and Dr. Bill Winston in Chicago, he's always brought people to our church that express that exact same thing. There is no separation from God in business. There is no separation. So with that, and all of them said the same thing. Everything has happened in prayer. The richest people in the world, who do they believe in? God. And not just to say that everyone, all of us, most of us believe in God. I'm saying most because there are actually people who don't, and which is interesting. But like I said, there's actual people who don't, and I can't judge you because you're going through whatever process and understandings that you feel is necessary for you to go through, and then you're going through that journey. So it is what it is. But the thing is that they all pray to one God, and they all quote the spiritual scriptures. So it's evident that the principles within the Bible are just as accurate as they ever been. They've shown too much proof. You can't tell me this earth has been here for billions and billions of years. God has seen all of us, all of the humans. This is just another cycle for him. And that's what we are. We are a cycle. So just like, honestly, as Dave Ramsey would say, listen to me and listen to the word. Just listen to me and listen to the word. That's all it is. But how do you feel, Tosh? I know that we cutting on time as we always do, but you got any remarks, any closeouts you want to put out here?
Sure, why not? Simply put, we are called to a higher calling. Even me right now, with the struggles I'm facing, with the desires I wish to bring out of myself,
Mhm.
I'm still called to a higher calling. I can feel it. I can see it. Like sometimes, like even today, I was I was on one of these sites looking through about 700 different jobs or whatever that was open.
Mhm.
And at certain moments, like I would just, naturally just pause and like not intending to pause, but like I'll just start to daydream and just see myself at my highest, even though I can't see it now. You can still see it up here. Those modest moments where in that daydream, in that modest trance, I can still see it. So you are called not only to be able to see it, but to live it. So remember, God has blessed us. What shall we produce that is evident in evidence to him that shows that we have done something with that which we were blessed. And honestly, just remain within yourself. I gotta remain within myself. That these times have been rough. This year has definitely been a game changer that we could not have predicted overall. Um, Back in December 2019, I did not see this coming. I know Joy definitely didn't see this coming.
No,
Absolutely not. Think about
no.
it. What, 2, 3 weeks after she made the big leap down there? Yeah, and then based upon what we're
Yeah. Oh, it froze. Ugh, we love how it freezes on us sometimes.
don't think that's is the way that she wanted to go. Again, I say no. I don't think that is the way she wanted to go. But
No.
God,
Mm.
so remember to see, even if that means, even if what you got to show him is this, even if the blessing, even if your evidence to show that you use his blessing is to show him that you've been standing on faith. Man, maybe it hasn't manifested to show him that you have not given up on the dream upon which he has given you. That right there is evidence too. Is to show that you have not given up on the dreams that he's put in you. That's your evidence right there. Maybe it hasn't manifested, and that's fine. But show him that you have not given up on the dreams upon which you know he's laid in your heart desire. And that'd be all for me.
No, that's real. And I want to piggyback off that real quick before we close out, y'all. But God isn't. He don't give up on us. Never has, never will. Never has, never will. He's with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you, and that's just personal truth. He's been with me when I literally. He's been with me when nights I've cried all by myself, tears that I have, big tears. I've never cried so hard, and God just held me and He said it's okay. And I had just got done doing the worst thing ever, the worst thing ever, and He said I still got you. So just know that we serve a faithful God for those who do serve God. And know that whatever you want to do, you're capable of doing. Think it, and it shall happen. Faith is a substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not yet seen. You don't know what's happening in the unseen when you're doing what you're supposed to do. Progressively, step by step, walking, doing, being consistent. You don't know what's happening in the unseen. You didn't even know you were about to do it until you did it. So just always know the things that you don't see right now, you can produce it. And as we close out, I just want to let y'all know we appreciate y'all for listening. We appreciate y'all for listening. And we appreciate y'all for listening. But what we appreciate the most is you apply what you listen to. Stay blessed, stay encouraged, keep your head up, follow the words that we say because we're not doing it and we're not saying it just to say it, but we do it because it holds value and truth. So peace and love, y'all.
Bye,
Deuces.
people.
Bye bye.